A small ant village. Once upon a time, in a small and humble village surrounded by vast fields and towering mountains, there lived a poor man named Ramesh. Ramesh was known throughout the village for his unwavering honesty and kind heart. He was the sort of man who would stop to help a neighbor in need, even if it meant going without something himself. Despite his poverty, he found joy in the simple things, the warmth of the sun, the song of the birds, and the laughter of children playing in the streets. Ramesh lived in a modest, one-room hut at the edge of the village. He didn't own much, just a few pieces of worn furniture, some old pots and pans, and a bed made of straw. Yet, he never complained. Instead, he worked hard every day, doing whatever jobs he could find to make a living. Sometimes, he helped farmers harvest their crops, other times, he gathered firewood from the forest or repaired tools for his neighbors. Whatever the task, Ramesh approached it with dedication and a positive spirit. Despite his humble circumstances, Ramesh had recently married a woman named Meera. Meera was not just beautiful, she was breathtakingly so. Her beauty was the talk of the village, with many wondering how someone as lovely as she could have chosen to marry a man like Ramesh, who had little to offer in terms of material wealth. Meera's long, flowing hair shone like silk in the sunlight, her eyes sparkled like the clearest of lakes, and her smile could light up even the darkest of days. Before her marriage to Ramesh, Meera had many suitors. Wealthy merchants, landowners, and even a few noblemen from neighboring towns had sought her hand in marriage. They had offered her expensive jewelry, fine clothes, and promises of a life filled with luxury. But Meera was not swayed by these material things. She had always believed that true happiness came not from wealth or possessions, but from the heart. It was Ramesh's kindness, his genuine care for others, and his humble nature that had captured her heart. After they were married, Meera moved into Ramesh's small hut. She didn't mind the lack of luxury or the simple life they led. In fact, she found joy in making their home a warm and welcoming place. She kept the hut clean and tidy, cooked simple but delicious meals, and filled the space with love and laughter. To Meera, Ramesh was the most precious person in the world, and she cherished every moment they spent together. However, Ramesh couldn't help but feel a deep sense of inadequacy. He loved Meera more than words could express, and he wanted to give her the world. But all he had to offer was a life of hard work and modest means. He often worried that he was not enough for her, that she deserved better, someone who could provide her with the luxuries she had turned down to be with him. One evening, after a particularly grueling day of work, Ramesh sat outside their hut, looking up at the stars. The weight of his worries pressed heavily on his heart. Meera noticed his troubled expression and joined him, sitting quietly by his side. "Ramesh," she said softly, "what is bothering you? You seem so distant tonight." Ramesh sighed deeply and turned to look at her. "Meera," he began, his voice filled with sorrow, "I can't help but feel that I'm failing you as a husband. You could have had a life of comfort and luxury. Yet you chose to marry me, a poor man with nothing to offer but hard work and a simple life. Sometimes, I fear that I am not enough for you, that I cannot give you the happiness you deserve. Meera listened to his words with tears in her eyes. She took his hand in hers and looked at him with a gaze filled with love and sincerity. "Oh, Ramesh," she said, her voice gentle but firm, "you are more than enough for me. I didn't marry you for riches or comfort. I married you because of the man you are, kind, honest, and loving. Your heart is worth more to me than all the gold in the world. Every day you come home to me, and that is all the happiness I could ever ask for." Ramesh was deeply moved by Meera's words. He had always known that she loved him, but hearing her express it so clearly filled his heart with a profound sense of peace and joy. He realized that he had been measuring his worth by the wrong standards. True wealth, he now understood, was not about money or possessions, but about the love, respect, and care they shared. From that day forward, Ramesh no longer worried about what he couldn't provide materially. Instead, he focused on being the best husband he could be, supporting Meera, sharing in their joys and sorrows, and building a life together based on love and mutual respect. The couple continued to live their simple life, but they were the happiest people in the village. As time went on, the villagers who once whispered behind their backs began to admire Ramesh and Meera's relationship. They saw how the couple treated each other with kindness and respect, how they faced life's challenges together with unwavering support for one another. People realized that true beauty and wealth come from within, and that love, when genuine and selfless, can turn even the simplest of lives into something extraordinary. Ramesh and Meera grew old together, their love only deepening with time. They had no grand estate, no vast fortune, but they were richer than anyone could have imagined. Their love was a treasure that no amount of money could buy, and it was a beacon of hope and inspiration for all who knew them. In the end, Ramesh understood that Meera had chosen him not despite his poverty, but because of the wealth of his character. And Meera, in turn, knew that she had found true happiness in a life shared with someone who valued her for who she truly was. Together, they proved that love, when built on a foundation of mutual respect and genuine care, is the greatest wealth of all.